Do you feel confident that your messaging is actually attracting the right people? I hear all the time that you don't, you just don't feel confident. And so I really wanted to talk about this today. Hey guys, I'm Rachel Weaver and I'm a spiritual copywriter here on a mission to help you articulate your brilliance and really get paid for your passions. And today we're addressing something that I see all too often and the chief complaint of most of the people that I meet. And here's the thing. I have felt this way. I have felt like, am I saying the right thing? Am I writing the right thing? Kind of get obsessive when you're writing the sales page going, I really want this launch to go great. And you obsess over every word and overthink the entire sales page, hoping that maybe you write something that inspires someone to buy, right? We get so in our blinders on and stuck in the weeds when it comes to writing. And that's when your confidence takes a nosedive. That's been my experience, and honestly, clients' experience as well, that this overthinking, struggling to write a post or thinking your content is good, but then no one likes and comments, so then you feel confident, right? And comparing yourself to other people. And maybe you think someone else said what you wanted to say a whole lot better. And this all goes back to confidence. It all comes back to, do you believe what you're saying matters? Hands down, that's the root of the problem. And so today I want to talk about 3 things that you can do to help boost the confidence and take back your power when it comes to using your voice. And the number one belief that I think you have to have before we even talk about what those 3 things are the unwavering faith that your success is inevitable. Because if you believe that, then you know that everything that you write is going to lead you to the destination that you want. It's all going to add up, right? It's all going to make sense. It may not make sense right now, but it will in the future when you're looking back and go, oh my gosh, so that's why that launch didn't go as the way I wanted it to. There was a deeper lesson there. Or that's why that strategy didn't work. It was exhausting to me, right? You can see those lessons, especially looking back, but it's this unwavering faith that your success is inevitable. Anytime I start to feel like it's not, or my goal isn't inevitable, I go back to that statement. No, it is inevitable. I have to choose to believe that and feel it in my body, right? It's one thing to think it in your head. It's totally not a thing to have it in your body, right? Okay, so let's get into this. Number 1, we have to connect to what we're selling. And everything that you write is selling your service, your program, your digital product. It's all selling. Even if you're just talking about your beliefs or your values, you're still selling. It all has to come back to that. So are you excited for your offer? Can you articulate your offer? Can you really speak to the benefits of your offer and know exactly how it's going to change someone's life? Or is that feeling hazy? If your offer feels a little hazy and I just help everyone, and maybe, you come to me with your problem and I'll help you fix it, that doesn't inspire people to buy. And it makes it really hard for you to connect to your offer as well. I love taking my offer and almost giving it a character. What does it look like and feel like? And really getting into what is the vibe of this container. I find it so much more exciting to talk about my offer, to get into what is it, right? And get excited about it and be able to come to anything that I'm writing, the sales page, content, whatever, with that same excitement. Also, have you defined what is that tangible benefit? What is this container? What is this program? What is this product going to do for someone's life? How is it going to change in a tangible way? The benefit of it, right? defining that is so, so important. If you don't know what that is, there is a lot of work to do because your messaging is going to be vague. It's going to be kind of probably all over the place, and you aren't going to attract people that you want. First, need to understand what the hell you're selling, first and foremost, right? In a really tangible, easy to understand way. Um, that's the foundational first step. Okay. Number 2 is committing to a strategy. This is the balance of the masculine and the feminine, right? The feminine is really connecting energetically with what you're selling and really loving it and getting into it. Like, you know how much of a difference this is going to make in someone's life, and you're connected to it emotionally on a vibrational level, right? The strategy, though, is that masculine piece of how you're becoming visible, how you're sharing, how you're getting out there so that people know you have an offer that you're selling, right? And this can be lots of different ways of doing it. I mean, there's social media, there's ads, like there's a plethora of ways of making yourself visible, but you need to commit to one of them for a minimum of 3 months. And me as a mini gen, I want to share that I used to change the strategy like every month. Like, it would change constantly. And it wasn't until I committed to something long enough that I could see results from it. You're not going to see results in a week, 2 weeks. In some strategies, 6 months to a year, right? There are long-term strategies and short-term strategies. Those long-term ones, like a podcast, like social media, I feel like it can be long-term and it can be short-term. YouTube channel is long-term. Blogging can be long-term. Like, those are things that take a long time for the momentum to gain momentum in those in order to see the results from them. Short-term ones are like posting every single day on social media, or cold DMing people, or, which I don't recommend for most people. Or ads are pretty short too. Like, honestly, if you know what you're doing, ads are a pretty short turnaround as well. But picking a strategy that is aligned to you, and this is where human design can really help you understand what your energy is and how you use it in your strategy. And you'll know what strategy is right for you because, honestly, your authority is going to tell you. Your authority is going to lead you to the strategy that's right for you. It has for me every single time. And that's when the strategy works. When I try and force and initiate like a strategy that I think is going to work, or because someone else had success with it, it doesn't work. I have to be led to it because my sacral was like, ooh, this is where we want to go. This feels exciting, right? In committing to it for at least 3 months, meaning you go in and you understand how that strategy really works. You work the strategy, you do the work, and you show up for that strategy, right? Can't stress that enough. You can't just post once and think that it's going to sell out your offer. It's not. It's not. You have to show up again and again and again. It's like kind of like showing the universe you're serious. You're like, universe, I'm here. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. I am committed to this strategy, right? So it takes some balls, especially when you're new, to commit to something and commit to it. And the other thing I want to say about commitment is that, especially with strategies, is I take it with a little bit of playfulness, and that I'm committing to this, but I'm also open to what happens on the other end. Detaching from what I think the strategy is going to get me, right? Detaching from that result has helped me see the strategy as more of a playful experiment. Like, ooh, I wonder how this is going to go. Ooh, I wonder what I'm going to learn in this. Ooh, I wonder if I bet I'm going to learn a new skill set in this. And then that skill set will help me with the next thing and the next thing, right? And not getting so attached that A plus B equals C. Like, just because I do the thing doesn't mean I'm going to get that so-called promised result. There's so many other factors in it. You have to be open and willing to just go, I want to just be playful with this and see where it goes and not be tied to what I think the outcome is. Yeah, I want the outcome, but I'm not attached to it having to look a certain way. Does that make sense? So the other thing with your strategy is making sure you know what your USP is, what that tangible benefit is of what you're selling, right? And kind of understanding the funnel that people go through. Now, I don't want you to think that you have to have this like big fancy funnel. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is understanding how someone goes from not knowing you to getting to know you, understanding what your offer is, reaching out to you and hiring. It can look a myriad of ways. And honestly, in the beginning, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what parts of that funnel are missing. And what I mean by that is, so when you enter my Facebook group, I have a question in there that says, would you like to hear more about hiring me as your copywriter? Now, I put that in there because I was like, I want to find people that are ready to hire a copywriter. So that's a question, right? If you answer yes to that, you're probably looking to maybe hire. And I just put that question in there and didn't think too much about it. And then someone answered, yes, I would love to hear that. And then I was like, oh crap. Now what? Now what do I need to do with them? Oh, they need to know more information, right? So I'm like, ooh, I should have a work with me page that tells them all about copywriting with me, giving them testimonials, telling them what the benefits are and how I write copy differently, right? And really showing them why that's the best way to write it, right? And I realized I don't have that. I realized that my website is not up to date and that's a problem, right? So that prompted me to then go and change that work with me page to reflect what I'm selling. Now, when someone answers, yes, I do want to learn more, they can go to that page, tells them all about it, and then gives them that call to action. Like, hey, if this sounds awesome to you, let's book a call and talk about your project. That is a funnel. Really, really simple funnel. Asking someone if they're interested in XYZ and then giving them information. And I am a huge proponent of making this as like automated as possible. Obviously, with a Facebook group question, there's a little bit of work. I have to send them the link, but I'm not explaining the things over and over and over. I simply go, awesome, great. Here's the URL and they can go check it out and read about it, right? That is a funnel in a really simplified way. That's what we need to start thinking about when you're putting your offer out there over and over and over is how can you start to make this as automated and like it's a funnel. You're bringing the people through the same thing. Does that make sense? Right? Okay. So the third one is trusting the process. This one's a hard one, right? You have to trust the process and that trusting the words that are coming out of your mouth are exactly what someone needs to hear. I could overthink things every day, like all the things. I could overthink this podcast. I could overthink my content. I could overthink all of it if I really allowed myself to. But ultimately, I have a belief that everything that I say is exactly what needs to be said and it's all adding up. And that actually comes from my coach, it's all adding up. Love that. It is all adding up. And anytime I look back on my journey, it all has led up to now. All the failures, the launches that I did that sold nothing have led me to here. And they taught me a lesson in some shape or form, or gave me a skill set that I use now, right? It's all adding up. And when you can trust the process, you can relax a little bit knowing that whatever comes about from this strategy that you're experimenting with, and honestly, whatever comes from the offer that you're putting out there, that there's a lesson to be learned. It's all going to lead you to where you want to go. And I feel like most entrepreneurs, majority of people do not have the experience that is toted out there. I feel like there's a lot of people talking about, oh, I was making 6 figures in 6 months of starting my business. And like just wild stories of making money fast. And I feel like that is not the experience of most entrepreneurs, myself included. I didn't make a ton of money right off the bat. Honestly, it took me 3 years, 3 years to get my shit together and to learn the skills I needed, to learn the confidence that I needed to feel like I had something to share and feel confident in it. It took me that long. So I never want someone to think that because it's not working within a couple of months of your business, a couple of years into your business, that it will never work. Like it goes back to that unwavering faith that I talked about in the beginning. If I gave up after year 2, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking and sharing and with the freaking phenomenal business that I have if I didn't keep pushing. Pushing is probably the right word. If I didn't keep going and taking the steps and fumbling and falling on my face, failing to get here. And it's so true that entrepreneurship is failing to succeed. The more that you can fail, the more you will succeed, because we learn the most from our failures, as long as we're not attaching our worthiness to those failures. I did that. If you take the lesson from the failure, you will learn so much more from what you quote unquote didn't work than the things that did work, right? You pivot and you change and you evolve. That's the whole freaking point of entrepreneurship. So I hope this was helpful in helping you tweak and look at how you can be more confident in what you have to say. Honestly, sometimes it's just showing up and saying it and giving a shit what anyone thinks, or giving a shit what happens afterwards. Just put it out there over again, because your voice is needed, your brilliance, your healing, your unique medicine is needed in this world. And it doesn't always present itself right away, but that doesn't mean it won't, right? All right. I hope this was immensely helpful. I am so excited. I would love to hear it, like an aha that you had from this. Drop it in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube, or send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to hear what aha you had from this and how you can be more confident in yourself and what you have to say. So, all right, my friends, have a wonderful week. Oh, that was amazing, wasn't it? If you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends, write a review. It helps to get the word out. And if you want to dive in deeper to what authentic copy and messaging is for you, then please visit rachelweaver.com, where there's guides and templates and more options for one-on-one copywriting, all specific to you and your energy. I thank you so much for listening, and see you next time. Be you, babe.